Team investigation.
Well, a controversial religious leader will not face criminal charges.
Gwinnett prosecutors dropped all charges against the leader of the Hindu Temple of Georgia, a man who calls himself Dr. Commander. I-Team reporter Randy Travis is here with new developments in a story he first reported a year ago. Randy.
That's right, Lisa Russ. DA Danny Porter says he has found insufficient evidence to proceed with the criminal case. It stems from confusion over the law involving practicing medicine without a license and whether Dr. Commander was really the one who ran up huge charges on his followers' credit cards. The man who prefers titles over names no longer faces the possibility of prison.
I looked at the facts of this case and I felt very confident from the beginning.
Annamalai, who goes by the name Dr. Commander, runs the Hindu Temple of Georgia in Norcross. Through his monthly magazine distributed free across the country, the Swami offers his assistance for virtually any problem. An impressive list including marriage, medical malpractice, cancer, black magic, and evil power. But some followers told authorities and the I-Team they never authorized the temple to charge so much to their credit card. Thousands of dollars for special prayers called pujas, performed by temple priests.
Just these two?
These two came from Texas to argue their case in civil court.
So we came all the way to prove that our innocent and we were right and they are wrong.
When another follower in New Jersey complained about a stomach problem, Dr. Commander sent her this to rub on the afflicted area: a bag of jelly and a package of special sand supposedly removed from an active viper's nest. The charge, $13,000. She complained to police. Last fall, Gwinnett authorities charged Dr. Commander with credit card fraud and practicing medicine without a license. But last month, the Gwinnett DA dropped the charges. Turns out, you can practice medicine without a license in Georgia, as long as it's for religious purposes.
My personal opinion is that if it's a religious organization, they shouldn't be charging for medical or prayers to cure medical situations. Under Georgia law, there's an exception for a religious organization providing medical care, whether there's payment or not.
Prosecutors dropped the credit card fraud charges as well.
Or the complaining victims in this case were unable to identify the Dr. Commander as the person with whom they actually negotiated.
Well, I expected it. I went to see Danny after my client was improperly charged. I thought it was outrageous that they arrested him, that they searched and they asked for that higher bond.
Defense attorney Jerry Froelich claims the charges were sparked by these two former followers, who he says wanted to ruin the temple because of a previous business dispute.
It's really a shame. It's really a disgrace.
The two men deny that, saying they just wanted to let the Hindu community know the truth about the charismatic preacher.
Actually, I'm a guru. I'm a monk.
Dr. Commander certainly doesn't fit the profile of a humble, penniless Hindu leader. We found he drove fancy cars and lived in a $1 million country club home. He also allowed the temple auditorium to be rented out for parties that served alcohol and meat, two items Hindu leaders routinely avoid.
Will he continue to sell medical services?
He's not selling medical services. If you get up on a Sunday morning and turn on the TV, you will see regularly preachers saying, send me $100 for a prayer wheel or a prayer this or this invocation or this is what I can do for you. It cures arthritis or it makes you wealthy.
So rituals, rituals what we do.
Meanwhile, the reports from the second front aren't nearly as encouraging for Dr. Commander. When some of his former followers disputed the high credit card charges for those prayers, he sued them for the money. Many have countersued and won. The Swami is appealing those verdicts.
I would say that given what I know about the success rate of the civil cases, that the financial strain on the temple is going to be pretty extreme.
And Jerry Froelich agrees the temple has lost a lot of money. One of the big expenses was hiring him to handle the criminal case. Other Hindu leaders in Metro Atlanta have also condemned the way Dr. Commander runs that temple.
Moving forward, will this in some way change the way they handle future charges involving prayers?
Tried to get a comment from Dr. Commander, could not, but in previous testimony in court, he has said that his faith does not allow written contracts. So when people call up and ask for a puja or a prayer to be held on their behalf, it's done over the telephone, an oral contract, and that's where the confusion rests. And so if that doesn't change, I imagine there'll be some more confusion down the road.
Well, at least some folks in the local community have the idea now of the huge sums that can be involved.
They should know now, yes.
Randy, thanks very much. A lawsuit alleging